Welcome to Petroleum Engineering first year engineering night. My name is Ergen Kuru. I'm a professor and the director of the program. There are basically three parts on my talk. World Energy Future. I will tell you a little bit about what is petroleum engineering, and then we'll give you a quick overview of our program. We're going to talk about energy security. Okay? That's the global challenge of the 21st century. It's a petroleum engineering. You have a very important part to meet that global challenge. So we use energy in everything we do, in agriculture, in construction, in the manufacturing industry, the different form of it, like could be car manufacturing and other. We use energy in transportation. Energy is life. The Sustainable Development Goals Report of United Nations, 2022, they identified 17 goals, okay? So these are the goals that required to set the world on a path of peace, prosperity, and opportunity for all people. Number 7 of these goals says, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. We must achieve this goal number 7, which is energy security, to achieve any and all of the other sustainable development goals. That's number 1. Let's look at some numbers, energy consumption numbers. 9.7 billion. Today we are just about 8 billion people in the world. It will be 9.7 by 2050. We will need 2 times more, as much as energy that we use now by 2050, if we cannot find the better, efficient way of using energy efficiency and so on. 52% growth in the global electricity generation. There are more than almost like 772 million people today living in the world without any access to electricity. We have to provide them. It is energy, sustainable, and affordable. So where does this energy come from? We produce energy from many different sources. Oil and gas, the coal, hydro, solar, and wind. These are different sources of energy that currently we have, and you can add some more on that, nuclear and other stuff. So when we look at the global primary energy consumption over the history from 1800 to 2021, in the year 2020, still the 80% of the energy that we use come from fossil fuels, oil, coal, and gas. So that's a fact number 1. There are different projections depending on the criteria that you use. One of the criteria is stated by International Energy Agency. It says in 2040, even we had a significant jump in renewables, as you can see, almost like 65% of the global energy will come from fossil fuels. We talk about today is energy transition. In reality, this is not energy transition, in energy expansion, because the bulk of this energy, even in 2040, will still be provided by oil and gas. And what about Canada? So let's look at the Canadian industry. Okay, where do we stand? We have the 3rd largest oil reserve in the world, and 4th largest, this changes a little bit, but producer of natural gas, and 5th largest producer of crude oil. So now, we are in the right place and the right time to get into energy industry, to get into petroleum engineering. So what is petroleum engineering? In a very brief description, petroleum engineering, we design the processes that involves fluid flow and heat transfer in subsurface formations or rocks, which involves geology, geochemistry, geomechanics, fluid mechanics. We are the prime provider of the elements for the energy security. While doing this, we also try to address the climate change. Oil and gas, as I just showed you, is the prime, very important part of this global total energy production. We need new technologies to improve the efficiency and reduce the environmental impact. And that is going to be your task if you go into the industry right now. This is one of the challenges that you'll be tackling. We design subsurface energy systems and processes, oil and gas extraction, carbon capture and storage. According to the International Energy Agency, if we want to meet the net zero goal in 2050, carbon capture and storage is a must technology. So we are a strong part of this process. We involve everything involving the storing carbon dioxide underground is our job. We also design, provide the know-how, and then so hydrogen storage, geothermal energy. All these different sources of different expansion of energy systems and processes, our job. So a career in geoenergy is rewarding. Now here are some examples of the petroleum engineering jobs. We do estimate some resource potentials and volumes when we get a new resources. We create a data collection plan for assessing subsurface conditions. Design, select, implement, and manage development schemes. Some of these projects are billion-dollar scale projects. Okay? Design and oversee drilling, well completion, production, operational activities. We perform economical evaluation. You have to have a good economics knowledge. We design tools and equipment. Design surface collection and treatment facilities. We do work with the very high-level computing facilities, computing tools, modeling, and assessment. We work with risk analysis, we do. Ensure the safety and compliance with regulations. So it's a very interesting and challenging discipline. We work on a large-scale project. So we have some offshore projects, billions of dollars. And it's all in your hands as a petroleum engineer. You are in charge of it. We deal with uncertainty all the time. Different from the other engineering, we are trying to design and handle these processes and what's happening, something we don't see. It's all downhole. We depend on indirect information. So that makes it a lot of uncertainty. And it's challenging, but it's fun. We also work on a very huge data sets. Automation is the main trend right now. So digitization and then artificial intelligence applications is the prime concept today that we use. We provide energy and other resources to the world while helping the industry do it responsibly, and that is impactful. So let's talk a little bit about our program, who we are. We are the oldest. So the first of graduates of this program was more than 17 years ago. They graduated. And only accredited petroleum engineering program. We have 9 professors, very low student-professor ratio, normally 25, 30 graduates per year. We have a very active core program. Last but not least, our program is ranked 5th in the world. There are different ways of ranking the programs. 2023 World University Ranking by subject. So they actually evaluate them on the 4 groups. Academic reputation. So which means that when you go other part of the world, how well known is your institution, University of Alberta, Petroleum Engineering. Employer reputation means they ask questions. Would you hire a graduate of petroleum engineering, UFA petroleum engineering? That's the reputation. Citations per paper and H-index. This refers to the quality of the research is being conducted by our faculty and graduate students here. Not only that, the impact of the science of petroleum engineering, and we are on the top of the world. So the courses, which we have fluid mechanics, phase behavior, some general subjects, geology, heat transfer, mass transfer, computer programming, mathematical modeling, economics. We have also specific topics as applied to our subsurface energy engineering, well logging, formation evaluation, drilling completion, well design, reservoir engineering, modeling, reservoir simulation, production engineering, and so on. We have hands-on lab work, not like a chemistry lab. Okay? We have lab work directly applied to the oil field application. Okay? And then project design. We have a very strong industry support. We have Petroleum Industry Advisory Board, supported by 11 companies, as you can see them here. They're all our graduates, our alumni are all working in this. Scholarship and job opportunities. We have entrance scholarships are available for students coming into the second year petroleum program. Because of the strong industry support that we have, now we'll be also able to offer summer internship opportunities. So in conclusion, oil and gas will continue to meet the bulk of the world's energy needs by 2050. There will be a continuing demand for petroleum engineers in Canada and elsewhere around the world. Petroleum engineering is an interesting and challenging discipline, and studying petroleum engineering at the UFA is of the highest standard. With that, I will finish my presentation here. Hope you enjoyed. And again, my email is there. Any questions that you may just fire.